Put on your ugliest holiday sweater because we've got 5 crazy, cool, epic, awesome, funny, weird, wild, unexpected, true facts about Christmas. Number 5. Everyone's favorite Christmas treat, the candy cane. According to folklore, candy canes were invented way back in 1670 by the choir master at Cologne Cathedral in Germany. He was looking for a way to quiet down his noisy choir singers as they practiced for the Christmas Eve service. So the choir master went to the local candy maker and asked for some sweets to give the kids. In order to justify giving a large group of kids candy during a church service, he asked the candy maker to add the bend at the top of the sticks so that they would look like a shepherd's staff. Pretty smart way to make a candy look religious. But whether or not this tale is true, the candy cane has been associated with Christmas time since at least the late 1800s, when candy canes started to be hung on Christmas trees. And when candy canes were first mass-produced in the early 1900s, each and every candy cane had to be bent by hand. And on top of that, about 20% of all the sticks would break while being bent. So in 1957, the Keller machine was invented to automatically bend the candy into its iconic shape. Now there's more candy canes than we could ever eat! Ooh, trust me, I tried. Number 4. Traditional Christmas ghost stories! That's right, many of our modern Christmas traditions come from Victorian England, but one of the most interesting ones is almost entirely forgotten. December 25th was originally chosen to be the date of the Christmas holiday because of its association with the winter solstice, aka the longest night of the whole year. And since there was so much darkness, the night was considered to be the most haunted of the year too. On Christmas Eve, ghosts had lots of time to walk the earth and finish unsettled business. Hence all the ghosts in Charles Dickens' classic novel, A Christmas Carol. So of all the Christmas traditions that survived through the generations, the Victorian custom of telling blood-curdling ghost stories around the fire on Christmas Eve has been almost completely forgotten. Probably because no one wants to mix wholesome family fun with spooky ghosts and ghouls. Number 3. Santa's Jolly Helpers. I'm talking about those guys you see in stores and malls taking pictures and asking kids what they want for Christmas. Sure, we all know these guys aren't the real Santa, but that doesn't mean the job's easy. Every winter, approximately 20,000 Rent-A-Santas are deployed across the United States. The men in red undergo vigorous training on how to keep a holly jolly attitude while under the pressure of having crying kid after crying kid sit on their lap. They also receive plenty of good practical advice, like not accepting money from parents while children are looking, and avoiding smelly foods like garlic, onions, or beans. Which is some good advice you probably would never think of until you were sitting on Santa's lap while he has onion breath. Ew. Number 2, the most iconic Christmas decoration, the Christmas tree. It's impossible to picture the Christmas season without a beautiful tree covered in lights and ornaments, glistening in the moonlight. Oh, it just gives me a warm and fuzzy feeling all over. But it's not an easy process to go from a little seed to a fully grown tree in your living room. It takes about 15 years for a tree to grow big enough to be sold as a Christmas tree in one of the 21,000 Christmas tree farms around the U.S. Each year, nearly 45 million Christmas trees are planted, and approximately 35 million are sold. Now that's a lot of green, and it's greener than you might think, in fact. That's because an artificial tree would have to be reused for more than 20 years to be quote-unquote greener than buying a fresh-cut tree every year. And if that's not environmentally conscious enough for you, then try donating your tree to a zoo once the holiday season ends. Some zoos will accept donated trees as food or scratch bowls for the animals. That way, you can give one last Christmas gift to an animal in need. Oh. And finally, our number 1 merry fact, different Christmas traditions from all around the world! Sure, go most places in late December and you're bound to see lights, trees, gift, and tons of red and green, but depending on what country you're in, you might also see festivities that seem totally foreign to you. For instance, in Newfoundland, Canada, you might see people called mummers, who dress up in disguise and go house to house dancing and playing music while the homeowner tries to figure out who's behind the disguise. Sounds fun, until you get your teacher. The people of Halifax, Nova Scotia have donated a giant Christmas tree to the city of Boston for over 40 years as a thank you for their support after a huge explosion there in 1917. The people of Oslo, Norway are in the giving spirit as well. They donate a huge Christmas tree to the City of London each year in gratitude for England's assistance during World War II. Since 1960, about half of the Swedish population sits down to watch a Donald Duck Christmas special every Christmas Eve. And in Poland, spiders and spider webs are common Christmas tree decorations. In fact, Polish people consider spiders to be symbols of goodness and prosperity at Christmas time. And possibly the most random Christmas tradition of all? In Japan, many families eat at KFC for Christmas dinner, thanks to a successful marketing campaign by the chicken giant over 40 years ago. KFC is so popular for Christmas dinner that customers need to place their orders 2 months in advance. That's just finger-licking weird. And there they are, 5 festive facts about Christmas. What's your absolute favorite holiday? Let us know by commenting below, and make sure to check out 5 facts about winter if you want to stay in the frozen holiday spirit. And remember to subscribe to DreamWorks TV for new videos every day. I'm your host, and I think I hear Santa on the roof. Oh, I'm gonna go to sleep soon so he doesn't leave.